Hey, what's going on, people? It's Coach Mike. Something that's been on my heart for at least the last 2 or 3 days about this team in particular, the freshman team, or just really the freshman class, and I can really speak on it wholeheartedly, 100%. Put my check on what I'm about to say. I think everybody on the team, I'm trying to pick my words wisely, I think everybody on the team is playing to prove something. Hear me out. I got a hard, like real strong feeling in my spirit that everybody on the team is playing to prove something to somebody, either themselves or somebody who's not able to see what's going on and trying to prove to them that what they're doing is acceptable. What you're doing is something that they didn't think would happen, or just trying to get some type of nod of approval. I know for a fact there's at least one person out there who tried out for the team to prove to themselves that they can make the team. I know for a fact there's at least one. I know somebody out there is on the team, and the reason that they play so hard is to prove to somebody who really can't, I don't know who, but who isn't able to see them. And they're like, man, I hope what I'm doing is making whoever proud. And this is not just the player stuff, this is me too. I'm more of a, this is a prove to me. That for myself, I'll get to mine in a little bit. But let me let you know something. Everybody who is playing to prove something, use that fuel for progression. Use that to be your why. Like for those who are like, man, I'm doing this so, you know, so-and-so said I couldn't do it. So now you're using that, okay, I'm doing this so that I can prove that person wrong and prove myself right. Or, man, I didn't think I was going to be able to make it. To be honest, I didn't think I could do X, Y, and Z. Okay, if you're trying to prove to yourself, every practice, every game, you should use that chip that's on your shoulder to drive to get better. You should never be like, if you're trying to prove something to yourself, somebody who you see all the time, you should never have a lazy practice. You should never have a lazy game. You should never have a lazy play. Every play is something that you're trying to do for yourself. If you're trying to do it for somebody who can't see you, either they left or they've gone on, or somebody who's decided not to support what it is that you're doing, man, this is your chance. This is that why, that fuel that you're going to use to push yourself to be great. Because you know, if they had a chance to see you, if they had a chance, because it's COVID, can't nobody sit in the crowd, but if they had a chance to sit in the crowd, you would want every time that you're on the court for them to be smiling. I don't know who it is out there who fits in that lane, but somebody out there who either didn't get the support or has the person that they look up to the most, or the person that they are striving to do the most for, aren't able to see them play. So this is an accomplishment in itself, for one. And then number two, that's your driving force. Now, it's tricky. Like power doesn't have a direction. It's just energy, and then how you use the power is based on the appliance, or whoever's applying the energy to whatever is going. So if I have a lot of power, I can be a superhero or I can be a supervillain. So with that fuel that I have, like, man, dang, so-and-so not here to even see me play. So-and-so not even here to watch me do what I'm doing. Like, can you see me now? I wish they could see me. And since I'm upset that they can't see me, now it's going to shut me down. Now I'm like, man, I'm just playing, but he can't even see me. She can't even see me play. Whoever it is. That fuel has to be turned into something good. Like you have to use that for something good. For whoever those people, whoever those players are, who have that as their drive, like, I'm doing this so that I can prove to whoever, hey, I made it. Hey, look, I'm not in trouble. Hey, look, I told you I could hoop. Ever since I was little, I told you I wanted to play. You said I was too small. You said I wasn't smart enough to stay on the team. But look at me now. Use that as a drive, as a motivation for yourself to keep on going. Like, we have to find a why. And if once you find that why, every single play has to reflect that why. Like, all of your efforts have to be on that why. If every play that you play is the last play, how would you play? Like, would you not mind diving for the ball? Would you not mind pumping back? Would you still, you know, grab your hair and drop your head while the play is still going on? Like, you probably wouldn't do that stuff. You probably wouldn't. You would probably, man, look, I only got 10 more seconds in this thing. Let me do what I got to do to recover for the last 3 seconds I messed up on. That's so key. That's so key. And so for me, I told you I had approved to myself as well to be 100 with you when the beginning of the school year started, and I didn't know where I was going to be coaching or how I was going to be coaching, and the way they painted it up was that McBride was going to be the head coach, if you will, not be the assistant. And I didn't know how to take that, but I dropped back, and ever since we've met, I've told you I don't mind, you know, stating my faults. I know that, and I told you before, as soon as we met, like, he's real good on the X's and O's and the basketball type stuff, and then the motivation, inspiration stuff I'm on. So they like, hey, merge them. That'd be a good combination. And I agree. So, but I took so much of a back seat that I left myself, and I was like, man, the McBride is gonna blah blah blah, and I'll just sit back and watch and try to catch on. But so the beginning of the season, I'm having to prove to myself that I am more of a coach than what I told myself I was. Like, I done cut myself short and was like, man, I ain't really a coach like that. You know, I'm just out here trying to. But if I actually took time, looked at the playbook, ran plays, looked at practice, created my own schema for the practice, saw what my team was lacking on, applying the pressure to that, and what it is I do naturally, like, we may turn around and start winning games. But I got to prove to myself, hey, Dre, like, you really can do the stuff that you're saying that other people are doing better than you, but you're not applying yourself. You're letting that thought of, man, I don't know if I could do it, get in your way, when that thought should be, I don't know if I could do it, so I'm gonna keep on pushing until I get it. If I got to do that as a grown man, as your coach, I need y'all to do it as players. And if I'm big enough to admit, hey, the thing that I'm trying to prove is to myself, I acknowledge it. Now it's time for me to apply pressure and come out different. Y'all got to do that. Figure out who you are. Like that chip that's on your... You know, folks be like, hey, we're going for the chip. Hey, play for the chip. Now, in real life, they trying to say, like, championship. It's not even chip. The word is championship. But what folks be saying is, hey, going for the chip. That chip that's on your shoulder that got you feeling away. That got you upset, man. Folks are always talking down. Man, so-and-so left. Man, me and my whatever, not even having a good time right now. I can't even, hey, use that chip that's on your shoulder to be your best self. You can use it and have you out of your game, out of your element, and you never playing your A game. Or you can use that chip to be the best player you ain't ever been before. That player that you always dreamed that you were. That dream you had that one time when you went and hit the game-winning shot. Or that dream that you had when you locked up somebody real quick. Or the actual times that these things happen and you want to revisit those memories and make them real life again. Use that chip that's on your shoulder for that. Play for the chip. Yeah. Play for the chip. That chip that's on your shoulder. Play for it. Play. And I also want to let you know, to ease your mind, that person who you're trying to prove your greatness to, they honestly just want to see you have fun. Take that pressure off. They love whoever that is who is gone. They love you, and they love the fact that you just out there hooping and you having fun. They don't want to see you upset. Of course, they don't want to see you lose, but you gotta just be focused. You've already been accepted in the eyes of the ones who count. My grandma said, and she's still alive. She's like 92, I think. She says, mind over matter, D. For those who matter, they won't mind. And those who mind, they don't matter. I was like, that's heavy. For those who don't speak old country talk, like when somebody says mind, they're saying like they have a concern about it, like they have a thought about it. Do you mind if I blah blah blah? Like, so if they don't mind, you know what I'm saying? For those who it matter to, they won't mind. And for those who mind, hey, they don't matter. Keep that in mind, man. I want y'all to use that chip that's on your shoulder. Whatever that thing is that you're trying to prove. if it has you down right now and you hurting and you like, man, I just wish, you know, things were better, just know, one, that God loves you. And there's nothing you can do to stop that. There's nothing that you could do to get more acceptance from him. He loves you. Everything that you do, everything that you're gonna do that's great or trash, he loves you for it. So he just wants you to love yourself and show love to other people. Get out there and have fun and use whatever that drive is that's in your heart to prove something to somebody. Prove it to yourself. And the ones who matter won't mind what you're doing. And those who always minding what you're doing, they don't matter that much. We got two options in this life. You either make history or just be history. That's that. Be positive, productive, progressive, and as always, don't be good. Be great.
I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us.
And tell them don't be good, be great.